I'm Bill Atkinson, president of Atkinson Strategic Communications, and I'm here today with Mark McMahon, CEO and founder of AudioOne. Mark, it's great to see you.
Great to see you too, Bill.
All right, tell us about AudioOne and what it does.
Sure, and thanks for the opportunity. AudioOne is a platform that enables consumers to listen to written news, podcasts, and music all in one place, as the name would say, an audio experience. The platform is currently a web application, and it displays content from several different sources, news from different aggregators, podcasts from a variety of sources and subscriptions, and then music if desired. We allow subscribers to customize the content based on their preferences and selected categories so that they're getting their news the way they want it and how they want it. We also allow them to research via topic or word specific, share audio files via social media or email. We can create situational playlists like the drive to work or the walk in the morning, as well as radio stations for uninterrupted and continuous play.
All right, okay, good, thanks. So I don't want to bury the news, so I want to get right to it. And you recently received some big news from Tedco. Tell us about that.
Thanks, Bill. Tedco has recently funded AudioOne with $150,000 as part of their Builder Fund. So obviously, we're very thankful. In addition to the money, though, we've also been afforded a wealth of resources, so including mentors, strategic partners, and the community of other startup entrepreneurs.
Yeah. And so what are you doing with that money? And what kind of boost was it for the company?
Yeah, so the resources are really being poured directly into the development of the platform. It actually has allowed us to create what we're calling our tech preview of our MVP. So we are pushing that out as of this week, and it'll allow us to gain users' feedback and hopefully validate the concept to so that we can actually go either with Tedco's help or other people's help to get the next round of funding and create a native app, which is what we feel like is necessary in this mobile first world.
Give us some background. When did you launch AudioOne, and what was the impetus for it?
Yeah, so AudioOne was launched actually May 2021, so a little over a year ago. The impetus was, truth be told, of my long commute to and from work every day and my inability to catch up on different news articles, industry-related topics, or even personal things. I was just running out of time each and every day. So I collaborated with my co-founder, Antonio Bray, and explained some of the pain points and issues I was having. And together we started by actually testing other things on the market, and I just couldn't find anything that I felt was satisfactory to me. So Tony and I decided we think we can do it better and deliver it to people like ourselves who could benefit from the time saving and overcome the accessibility issues we were having. So,
Yeah, and so when you're talking about the market, who is your target market? Who do you want? Who's the ideal client or customer for this?
sure. So the target market is really anyone who I view has a thirst for knowledge, and in that way means wants to stay up with news, wants to research something for work or personal, but understands that they have a limited time. There's only so much you can do. So we're trying to take advantage of what I call downtime. We've also found, though, with a lot of discussions that this can be used for other folks, like people with visual or reading impairments. So education, things that the Tedco community and others have brought to our attention that has expanded our mindset.
So you see in the newspaper industry, more and more articles are, you can click and listen to that. Is that an avenue for you as well?
Correct. That's actually part of the tool. So we can do that. We're in current discussions with several news periodicals, even some email curators and platforms, because those folks already have the audience. We would just be a tool to help their audience consume the content in a different way.
Yeah. So time's the big issue here. You're a busy person. You're running to work and back and doing stuff with your kids and maybe going to the grocery store, and you want to keep up. So you've got all rolled into one: your podcast, the podcasts you like, the newsletters you read, the newspapers that you read as well. All rolled into one. You click and listen.
Correct. So it allows the subscriber to pick topics or subscribe to different podcasts or news sources. And then we use AI to kind of curate what it would be Bill's newsletter or what Bill wants to read. So we also deliver newsletters that are sent out basically morning, afternoon, and evening if desired. Customization is key with our app.
Yeah. And so do you see this as a B2B play or B2C play or both of them?
We started out with Tedco as a B2B. So it was focused on converting newsletters to audio. This latest release of AudioOne.fyi is the consumer push. We just, as we started to create it, we've got a ton of great feedback for it. So we've moved that up in the process. We're going to release this first. In the near future, we'll release the B2B piece of it. It is available now, but it's really for more select audience, which is writers, bloggers, creatives that are currently not using audio to reach their audience. So B2C now, build up that momentum, and then hopefully release the B2B in the near future.
And what's the competition like in the markets you're pursuing?
Yeah, the competition's great. 2 or 3 years ago, when this was just a concept, we were talking about it. Like I said, Tony and I researched. We couldn't find anyone who was doing what we were, trying to do. Now you have, some of the biggest players in the world, Apple News, others, adding that to theirs. From the text-to-speech piece, from the podcast, Spotify and all the others are huge. We have not found a platform that actually combines both of those for their audience. So right now, we feel like we have something that we don't know of anybody else who has it.
So that's your edge. You are more complete. You're providing more content.
Yeah. Once again, our advantage, we feel, is that we are layering the text to speech aspect of this with podcasts and music. So we are forming one platform where an individual or company can go get all their news and resources.
And can you talk about demand? What kind of interest are you seeing from businesses, from consumers, and from investors as well?
Yeah, well, we feel like audio, has arrived a long time ago and just continues to grow. I think the latest podcast numbers are that 78% of Americans are listening to podcasts now, as opposed to 10 years ago is in the low 20s. It's estimated 120 billion podcast listeners in 2021, and that number, I think, will grow about to 160 million next year. So text to speech has grown to a $7 billion industry. And the audio market alone, to help produce all these things, is, I think, supposed to hit about $140 billion in 2026. So from all aspects, it's growing. And we're hoping, to ride that wave along with a lot of these other, larger companies.
Yeah, and as far as Tedco has been great for you. And what next? What do you have other interest from investors?
Yes, from the investors. So we are exploring a round with a few other people. Currently, to be honest with you, we want to get the audience to a level to truthfully get the value that we think we should at, with those VC talks and others. Um, I think we're going to keep the angel money coming in. We'll do a smaller. I've got a lot of friends and family that are trying to get involved in it. So luckily money is coming at us from a series of different ways. And there's also some strategic partners. There's, people who are offering us development for equity. So, there's alignments that may be very beneficial to AudioOne.
And what does the company look like, say, 5 years from now?
I think short term, like I said, we will get the next round. We will improve the product. I would like to partner with someone to make sure our tools and our creative uh, ideas get out. And for that, we need some more development.
It's been a pleasure talking with you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you, Citybiz. Thanks. I appreciate the opportunity to talk about AudioOne.